guys, Thomas from Team Sakuraso here, come at you guys with another Friday Yu-Gi-Oh! Market Watch for you guys today. And I would have uploaded this a little earlier, but last night I actually fell asleep early, and as you guys know, as an adult, quality sleep is hard to come by. So I had to take it, aka just me being lazy. But with that being said here, we have to go over quite a bit in this market watch. We have to go over branded before we get all the support, the decks, etc. into the TCG. We also have cards to go over that are done with their hype period. So if you actually wanted them back when they were, in my opinion, too much, they've gone down. And a lot of people tend to forget about cards after a while. All players do. Oh, this is a QC. That's high rarity. Oh, I want this, but I was going to wait because it was expensive, and now I forgot entirely. A lot of people usually end up in one of those camps, and today I'm going to be reminding you of some good deals. So, all I'll ask is if you guys could hit that like button, 100 likes on this video would be great. Subscribe, and leave a comment below, like what cards I'm going over next. Market Watch, I love suggestions. YouTube, unfortunately, has this thing where if the person doesn't interact with the video, like click essentially anything, it hurts it. I really don't like that change, but they started it this year, so it does really help if you do that. Anyway, we're going to get right into it here. So, Blazing Cartesia, the Virtuous alternate art. These are $100 at this point. I remember when we were going over them after Nats, and I said, look, it's 75 now, but we all know we're going to be looking at a triple-digit card in the future. It's essentially guaranteed. And I really urged people to get these around 65 to 75. And right now they do go up really to 115, 120. And there's no sign of this going down. I don't think a lot of people are opening this product anymore, because usually the quarter century sets, they're bought out from Target, all that. So unless there's like some stores that still have some mini boxes out there, I think the only people cracking this open are the people who kept the boxes and cases. So whatever we have here is kind of whatever we have. How much are boxes? 120. Yeah, when I saw 65, I'm like, this ain't no $65. Yeah, 120. So that's the only way this is getting open, since nobody really has this. So I think Cartesia could go higher to that 120. So if you got them at 65 to 75, good job, you made some money. Blazing Cartesia, the OG. All right, we respect the OGs around here. $18, $20, going up to 25. That's pretty awful. Now this is just for near mint. Actually, no, it's not. It's actually just all the copies. This is just completely bought out. That is insane. Yep, $18, $20 for your Cartesias. OG. If you got this at $2 to $3 when I told you this year, good job. You made a lot more money. I knew this card was way too cheap at $2-ish, but to see this level of buyouts for Cartesia is insane. Aluber, the Jester of Despia. Now, I actually really love this alt art. It feels like Konami kind of went back to their roots with this card, and it reminds me that they can make some really cool monsters, actually. $28, $30, $31 for your alt art Alubers. I think these are going to go up. People are just concentrating on the other, alternate arts instead of this guy. Aluber's never been a super duper popular card, I feel, when it comes to the design compared to all the other brand cards. So people kind of forget that it has this. Aluber, the original. Now, I don't really have a lot to think about this artwork. All I see is this card used to be $160 for its OG secret. Like, every time, leave a like if you remember that, right? But this card got bought at 120, 140, 160 back when it came out after a little while. And then we got the reprint out for an Ultra, and some people were like, yeah, I'm leaving the game because I just spent $500 and it's wasted on this Ultra print. It's pretty crazy, but right now these are $5, $6 for your OG QCs. You also have the ulti, which I like these, but they're like $7. The big thing with ultis and branded is that for the most part, the deck matches more in Starlight / QC. So a lot of people are gunning really towards making all Starlight / QC instead of ultis. And it kind of sucks because it makes these picks age like, fine piss. Not fine wine, fine piss. Branded Fusion QC here. These are 240, 270, 280. I mean, people still want to buy this, but a lot of people are just like, yep, I missed that ship. And some people are still buying it at 270 anyway. I mean, if you got one of these from Turmoil Revenge and you held it, you got rewarded. Then you got Brand Fusion Ultimate Rare. These are 40 today. With the ban list, they did go up to about 48, 50. So they didn't go down like a crazy amount. But they're 40 across the board here. You got 13 copies here at 40. This card still could go up if it gets more and more popular. People want the demand. So I think that's why it's not dropping as much. But I told people to get this at $12 and below. Nobody can really afford the Starlight Branded Fusion, because even at $100, people will look at a alternate max rarity card that is a fraction of the price. And Ulti Brand Fusion lets 12 compared to 100. Well, there you go, right? This card would go up. It's the more affordable max rarity card. So yeah, 40 bucks. Not shocked about that. Now we have the Alter Art Fallen of Albaz. I feel like a weird way about this. I like the OG artwork way more, but $28, $30, $31 for your copies. This card was $24, $25 at one point. That increased. A lot of people stockpiled the Alter Arts when they came out. So the first couple days that we had this set, the Alter Arts were actually very cheap, especially the ones in the lower half. We had sub $20, $15 cards. Would I get this at 30 compared to say the QC? I would personally get the QC, but that's just because there's no way I'm not getting this artwork that reminds me of Devil May Cry over this artwork. I don't know. This one, it looks like a completely different card, and it looks like, I don't know, it kind of looks like someone from Gen Z drew Fallen of Albaz from the back of their head. I don't really like this card. This artwork. It looks like a Disney character. It looks more goofy. Maybe I hate this artwork, actually. But yeah, $17 here for your QCs from Rarity 1. I think that's pretty good. You got ultis as well. $10 going up to $15. So this card was about $8 bucks. Now it's going up 29 listings. If we go near mint, 18 listings going up to 15. So that worries me a little bit, but I think this card will probably be 20 bucks one day eventually soon. Again, most of the deck is in QC. It matches. Even if you can't get the a lot of the max rarity, even if you get half of it, again, the deck still has more Starlight / QCs than ultis. And that's kind of why I have a tough time recommending the ultis, especially when 19 has the worst quality ever. Your Alubers, your Skill Drain are gonna have bent corners, white corners, everything. This is where OTS issues started, unfortunately, and it has carried to even today's OTS, where most of our Blue Eyes, which let's take a look at Blue Eyes real quick. Why not? Just to show you guys how many awful looking light plays are on there. Yeah, near mint's at 113, 120, going up to 160. But remember, majority are light plays, so you click that. 52 listings, $82. There's more light plays than near mints because a lot of people are getting them with corners and they think that's near mint. They send it out. I assume some people are trying to refund it as well, because the people buying this card and wanting it, especially day one, week one, are collectors that are you know what, I just need the card, but I need it perfect. So the fact there are more light plays than near mints is really sad. Look, 52 light plays. All right. 18 near mints. That's just sad. That's just really, really sad. Destiny Luluwalilith Starlight Rare. Now, this card right now is, about $75 here, $85. If we go just near mints here, still $75, but it does go up to $100. There's no wall of this card as well. There was a wall of 30 at one point. I remember going over this card about a year ago. That's completely gone. This is a card that can't get the QC either, so if you want this card max rarity, you do have to bite the bullet here at 75. Again, I think a lot of people who are scared to pick up QCs right now are totally, I understand why they're like that, because hey, any QC could become a Starlight Rare, and I think that kind of switches the tables and makes us look at cards that are Starlight Rare only, because we know those are the only ones that are safe, kind of like how DP is, etc., etc. Lulu, the secret rare, this card is going up to $4 here, up to 5. Now this is the mega pack version. The OGs right now are still about $5 actually, 6. You could pick one up cheap here for $3. That's actually not that bad. I do expect this card to go up higher and higher though if we do not get a reprint, even as like an ultra or something. But it'll probably be in the deck, so we'll probably have access to this card either way when we get those in the TCG. Also, if you guys want to support the channel, 2 quick things. Consider being a channel member. Thank you to all my YouTube channel members as well. If you become a channel member, you get access to channel member only videos, emotes. I just added a couple more actually right after the live stream Tuesday, so you get access to that and more perks. So consider being a channel member. Thank you to those who are. If you guys have not, I needed to show this video off. Top 5 Yu-Gi-Oh cards you to have in your divorce papers. This is the top 5 cards to have in your trade binder, but I'm deciding I'm gonna have some fun with that. A lot of you guys love this video, by the way, so for those who checked it out, thank you. I'll have it on the end card if you haven't seen it, but this is 5 cards that you should get no matter what, and I don't go over this in my market watch until later, so do keep that in mind. Mirrorjade, this is $300, $400 for your Mirrorjades. You don't have too many copies left on the market. Because this card beat 500 one day, I absolutely can see that, definitely. I've owned these before, and they always go by quick. This is always an in-demand card. But yeah, this card only has room to grow. Graceful Charity, this is $55, $60 for your Graceful Charities. That's quite a bit of money in my opinion, but people want this card for their collection, including me, but I cannot spend that. In fact, I saw this at 30. I was like, nah, everything else dropped, but this card just is one of the old school cards. I kind of did the opposite compared to like Trap, Dust, Shoot, all that, where instead of starting out high and it went lower, this card started out lower and went higher. So, I mean, it is Graceful Charity, so I'm not too shocked here. Actually, I want to look at Metamorphosis QC. Metamorphosis QC here. I couldn't forget this. I took like a minute trying to spell it. Right now, these are $22, $23. Not that bad for this card. Again, I am very happy that Konami actually finally gave some respect to some of these cards, like Metamorphosis, Cold Wave, etc. And I'm actually also happy we got an Ultra in the tins. Just so if you don't want to play one of the newer Yu-Gi-Oh rarities, but you still don't want to be stuck with your common, you have that Ultra. I actually do really like that. It's very rare I give Komani a W, but that was definitely a W. $22, $23 for this card is not that bad. Cold Wave, these are $20. This was one of the ones where I saw this at like $10. I'm like, this is the max rarity no matter what. Like, we just have commons. I remember people wanted a holo of this for years, and they finally gave it to us as a platinum and QC, which is good because, again, this has no holos. This doesn't even have, like, any, like, max rarity turbo pack, just nothing. So, $20, I think, for this was the play, but if you got this at, like, 7 to 10, I just remember this card being super cheap. Good job, you made some money. Trap Does Shoot, $37. Go up to $40 here. Not too bad. For this card today. Again, this card came out like 70, 80. If we go over here, yeah, about 70, 80. Then kind of went down to the 35 to 40 price range. Again, I kicked myself for not getting the super rare English for 200 when I could have, when I got the chance. But for the QC, personally, I have DT, and that's kind of what I'm sticking with. But the QC does look nice. I actually really like it. Especially because I kind of like these more basic designed cards. That's just me, though. But let me know in the comment section below what cards are going over next Mark Watch, by the way. Because I love your guys' suggestions. I know a lot of people are looking at Doom of Dimensions right now. And we will be looking at those pre-sales on Monday. So definitely look forward to that. Delinquent Duo, these are $17. Pretty cheap for these, actually. These were even a lot more, quite a bit more. They went to $20. I said, wow, guys, it's a good time to get it. And now they're like 17, so they're dropping even further, which I'm shocked at because this I thought would be a very in-demand card. Also, very quickly, not going to bother you guys because you guys know it already. But TCG Creator, you can make your own graphs. You can click this. It's going to be at the top of the description when you click one of these cards. Use my TCG affiliate link, which is pretty cool because if you're buying any cards off TCG Player and use that affiliate link, it helps support the channel to no additional cost to you. So you have quite a bit. You have all my picks here, and you can make your own graphs. Just go check it out. Fossil Dyna. This card right now is $30. This card was around $45.50. So seeing it at $30, it makes me feel like this is the lowest it's going to be, especially because right now there are meta relevant decks that are actually playing this card because they're going to making Yugioh and using that additional summon to special this card, maybe draw off the 4 cards and then, oh, if one Yugioh, look, we can now make it. That just maybe what people are doing here. Maybe I'm just seeing too many YouTube shorts on combo videos and I just happen to be seeing this card, but I've been seeing this card actually seeing a little more play. So $30 here, that's as cheap as it's probably going to get, unfortunately. Personally, I would stick to platinums. In fact, let's actually look at what plats are, because I feel like these plats will hit $10 one day eventually. $3. Oh, you know what? That's actually very good for the platinum. Very good. You got Pydra here at $3 here. I will say this about Pydra. This is a card that is going to go up most likely because we've had supers be anywhere from 5 to 20. We can have our secrets absolutely be $10. We just need Tenpai to be good. And again, this is so simple. People like combining it with a lot of stuff. There's some fun builds with Tenpai Dragoonity actually that I saw that were I'm not gonna say amazing, but the decks it flowed really, really well. There was a lot of synergy with it. Yummy Snatchy Starlight Rare. These are $75, $80 for this. This card's going back up, probably gonna be $100 because a lot of people are thinking Yummy's the best deck in the room right now. Or that or Draco Tail. Speaking of Draco Tail, you've got Arthurine at $48.50, going up to $75. So this card is going up as well. And with that being said, guys, sorry about all the cuts in this video. I don't know why, but today I was just not feeling it. So help your boy out by hitting that like button, subscribe. Let me know what cards I'm going over next. Mark watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.